Ashes of Creation did their announcement. They postponed their stream for another week and they said they have a great announcement for us. And that announcement was that Ashes of Creation is now on Unreal Engine 5. So this is extremely exciting and brings great opportunities for us. And I'm really excited to talk about it. Let's go a bit and explain what Unreal Engine 5 is. First of all, Unreal Engine is made by Epic. With UV5, teams are empowered to build big. And for an MMO like Ashes, that's amazing because you want a big world with a lot of stuff on it. One of the features of UE5 is Nanite. Unreal Engine 5 goes granular. Nanite is a virtualized geometry system that saves you time when designing massive amounts of detail. And if you play the Alpha 1, you can see that Ashes has an incredible amount of detail. So this will make the game even more special. Like, how is that even possible? A different thing that UE5 has is Lumen. Creating a realistic scene comes down to lighting. Lumen allows you to make changes quickly by adjusting the lighting to match the time of the day. It adjusts lighting from open dynamic scenes down to the tiniest details. And then animations. Innovation requires iteration. Unreal Engine 5 expands their animation toolset with tools like Control Ride. Now you can create the share rigs across characters to create more natural movement. You can save and apply poses. So apparently the new engine is great for movement and animations. And another thing extremely excited about this new engine, it's Metasound. Metasounds give you all the control plus increases flexibility for managing audio. It delivers workflow improvement to help you manage every aspect of a sound experience. So cannot wait to see how the game sounds now on the new engine. And also UE5 allows greater file sizes and the use of 4K, 8K and 12K textures. Let's dive in Ashes and what the new engine means for Ashes. Steven shows the new engine on a new area and you can also see the light really well and the snow animation and heavy snow animations and it looks glorious. One of my favorite biome in any game, it's a snow biome. I have so many great memories playing Ring of Elysium on their snow map and a Battlefield on their snow maps. As a gamer, I just love snow. So seeing this in Ashes makes me so happy. And the reason they showed us a snow area and also a cave system is because Unreal 5 differences you can see a lot in a cave because of how the lightning works. So we are going to see a lot of differences there. And I'm going to explain about how they make the change and why and how it all happened. Pretty much after Alpha 1, Steven made a strike team to assess if they should change to the new engine. And the team went and did their thing that teams do. I don't know, like research, stuff like that. So for the past 2 months, they have been working on switching to the new engine and they will spend another 2 months on changing on the new engine. So it's kind of like 4 months of them doing that because they need to put all the new assets on the new engine and the code and fix the bugs that appear. Next, I will talk about the benefits this switch brings and some cons. And if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments. By the way, before I go into my ramblings about the pros and the cons, are you gonna take a month off when Alpha 2 is out? Are you doing those things? Are you taking off your college, a semester of college so you can play Alpha 2? Or are you preparing your vacation time? Oh, I'm doing that. I'm preparing so hard for Alpha 2. So much excitement. Okay, moving on my ramble. The benefits the change brings. If you played Alpha 1, you had experienced greatness. The graphics and the art was absolutely amazing. And now the Lumen is gonna make that even more amazing. And I cannot even understand how is that possible. And that big change is gonna be especially in dungeons. The Lumen provides a realistic approach to the illumination because it reflects on the surfaces and it casts it around. You can see these changes especially on the cloth of the character, of what he's wearing. You can see a lot of different shadows of different intensities that you didn't saw in Alpha 1. And this makes the character way more 3D. Now the dungeons are gonna be really great and realistic because all of these reflections from a source of light now it reflects on the walls and that reflects back on other things. So it's gonna make everything really realistic and immersive. The benefit number 2 of the change is the lifespan of Ashes. a lot of you guys know that Steven is trying to create a game with a really long lifespan, and you really want that in an MMO. As an MMO player, want a game with a really long lifespan, or at least I want that. I want to have a game I can play for many years to come. Changing to the new engine provides that for us. And let me explain why. Because now they work on a modern engine, and all the cool features Epic will provide, they can add really easy to the game. And when the game is out, they don't need to do the switch then. Imagine like when the game is out, the servers are live, and then doing the switch is gonna take a lot of time putting all of that on a new engine. But now, because they did it in alpha, when the game is out, they can focus on just creating more content and amazing content and updates for us. So I feel like that's absolutely amazing, because they don't need to spend like months and months and months working on the new engine. They can spend that on working on amazing features for us. And UE4, I think it was released 8 or 9 years ago, so it's kind of like an old engine, but now they work on the newest engine that most likely is gonna be okay for the next same 8 or 9 years, and that's great for the lifespan of the game. Another benefit the Switch has is the large world support that the engine has, and they can make the world as big as they want. UE4 had some constrictions on how big they can make the world, but the new engine doesn't, so they can go as wild as they want with our new map. You know, it's a bit scary. Like, I'm a bit scared what Steven will do with this, and if it's gonna make the world absolutely massive. It's gonna take us months to explore the new world. A big change that the new engine provides is how you can develop the game. This change is not for us, the gamer, but from the developing side, and is something that is gonna make the game launch faster, because the previous engine, they were working on sub-level systems. So in one area, only one dev could work at a time, and if anyone else wanted to log in and do their work, they had to wait until that person would log off. Was only one person working on one sub-cell at a time. But now when they create a new area, more devs can work on one location at a time. So this can be way faster. Pretty much they're working on sub-levels before, and only one person can work on a sub-level. But now with the new engine, more people can work in the same time on an area, and this makes the developing way faster. Another benefit is that the Switch doesn't affect the backend code, and it's mostly like a visual change. And the last thing that it's a benefit, it is that this allows for bigger fights. And Steven explained this in their stream, how now it renders the player at once, not each piece of equipment he has on. So this makes the frame rate way better when it comes to big fights and the city. In the Alpha 1, sometimes when you went in the city, it will get a bit laggy. So hopefully this will make visiting a city a really smooth experience. Also, this gives them the ability of having way bigger fights. At the beginning, they were aiming for 250 players against 250 players, but now they can go 500 against 500, and they showed a bit of some footage with this bot fighting and how smooth it is in that big area of the castle. You can see how smooth it is. In the past when we fought there, it was a bit laggy sometimes, but I think this will make the fights in close quarters way more smooth and way more easy for our GPU to handle. Now I'm going to talk a bit about the cons and maybe some of the questions you guys might have. The first question you might have is, will this delay the release time? And the answer is no. Short term is gonna make the process longer, but long term is gonna make it shorter. I think this will delay Alpha 2, but it's not gonna delay the release time of the game. It's gonna make it way faster, because they can work way faster on the new engine and finish the game way faster like this. It's gonna take them another 2 months to do the switch, so this delays Alpha 2 in my opinion, but not at all the game, because they can work way faster now on this. I hope I did a good job explaining what the change brings and the switch to the new engine brings. So that's about it for today. I see you guys in my next video. Bye!